Good evening, Ban. Welcome to LSU-DLS. By the way, I'm your teacher, Aldren. Welcome to our first class this evening. Okay. So how are you today, Van? You're feeling great. So that sounds so amazing, and I'm also doing great, and I'm so excited to have a discussion with you right now. So I have one question. Are you familiar with the word time management? Time management. Time management. Okay, I will share to you some notes for you to read. Okay. So, can you see now the screen that I am sharing to you? Can you read to me the definition of time management? Okay, so in your own words, can you define the word time management? Wow, that's great. I think you are doing such thing that you're really managing your time because you really know what is time management. According to the book, a person who does not know how to manage his or her time ends up disorganized, just like the person in the picture. Do you see that picture? Yes, that's it. Can you explain or somehow describe the person in the pictures, Van? Yes, that's good. And also, we have these things that we need to consider in order for us to really manage our time well. Okay? This class, we will be having 3 points so that we'll be able to manage our time well. But first point is set our priorities. Okay? What is, by the way, the word priorities or priority means? Yes, that's it. For you, as a student, how will you define the word priority? Okay, having said that, I am sure that your best priority or your top priority now is your study, right, Van? Very good. Priorities are short term goals. In order to begin to manage time in a way that makes you feel in control, you can reset your priorities by following these 3 steps. Okay, we have 3 steps in order to set our priorities well. First, be aware of how you are currently spending your time. What do you mean by this? Be aware of how you are currently spending your time. Good. It is very important to know when are we going to spend our time. That's one way of setting our priorities. We know where to put this certain period of time of doing something or doing our subject project or assignment, right? In the book, first step changing your relationship to time is to assess how to spend your time. Write down all the things that you do. How much time do you spend in each area? The way you spend your time is a statement of what your priorities are. Are you doing this kind of thing that you really know how to budget your time? You really allocated time to spend this on something. Are you that kind of person, Van? Okay. Okay, that's good. Second is making a list. Okay. First thing in the morning, write down everything that needs to get done that day. Once you have everything down, separate the items into urgent versus non-urgent to determine the top priorities for that day. Okay, are you doing this one, Van? No, you are not doing this one. Okay, as a student, what is your practice of setting your priorities? Hmm. Even though you are not writing your things to do in every day, in each day, at least you are doing your job as a student and you need to finish your project or your assignment ahead of time, right? That's a good way of setting your priorities. Okay? But if you have the time to really write all the things that you need to finish each day, it is better because you are guided and you have the list and you are being directed to what are you going to do in each day. Okay, Van? Okay, so next, keep your enthusiasm. Can you read to me the description of the third step? Wow, great reading skills, Van. Okay, so upon reading the description, how will you explain to me the third step? Yes. Yes, these are the things that motivate you to go on and to continue the process of accomplishing something, especially your projects, your assignments, and your priorities, right? You have the motivation, the inspiration to continue and to pursue doing it. Okay? So I have here some questions to assess yourself. There are four questions that will guide you in assessing yourself. But I will ask you one question from these four. Where would you want to spend more time? Mm-mm, that's good. Okay, always remember these four questions so that you will be guided in setting up your priorities. Okay, Van? Okay, so now let's move on to our second point. What's our second point, Van? Do not be lazy. By the way, what is laziness? Yeah, in your own words, what is laziness? Yes, that's good. However, I will give to you some or five simple steps to avoid that laziness. Okay, first, be kind to yourself. What do you think is the meaning of this? In your own words. Yes, at least be kind to yourself. You get it, Van. At least you are motivated. You have this inspiration to go on and to finish your work. You notice that if you feel lazy of doing this thing, then you will not be effective. It is very important that you will acknowledge that one. Okay, good. Second, start with just a small step forward. Okay, every time it's a step by step process. However, a student we want instant, right? But it's not like that. Okay, it it's in setting up priorities or in accomplishing your goal and achieving your goal, it must be a step by step process. Okay, take it slowly but surely. That's the second step it's trying to say. Okay, so first, third, will you read to me, Van? In your own words, what does it mean? Be okay with stumbling from time to time. Yeah, it could be, right? Failures are part of our lives, okay? It is inevitable. We cannot hold that. We cannot control that one. However, we need to acknowledge that one because it will help us grow and become stronger, okay? The fear of failure can hold you back in a state of doing easier things and what you may see as being lazy. If you feel pain, if you feel wasted or ineffective, then acknowledge that one because at some point that will help you to pursue and continue doing your things or your assignments or projects. Okay? Fourth step, let the energy and motivation of others in. You read the description, Van. What you have learned from upon reading the description of the fourth step, Van? Yeah, yeah, that's exactly the point. Look for group of people that will somehow influence you positively of doing or finishing and accomplishing your assignments. Okay, that's good. You got it, Van. I think you're doing these things in your life. You have applied this in your studies also. Fifth is truly appreciate and enjoy your rest time. It's very self-explanatory, right, Van? Acknowledge that our body needs rest. Are you doing such thing, Van? Do you also have the time to rest? Wow, that's good. You also have the time to study, right? Yeah. Ends up the five steps in avoiding so-called laziness. However, we are going now to the third point, and that is staying. What do you think do you think being focused on a certain thing is very important? Yeah, that's it. And if you are not focused, what do you think are your distractions? The things that distracts your focus. What are those things, Van?